I needed a change. For so long, I believed our love could weather any storm, that no matter what came our way, we'd face it side by side. But in that moment, standing there, something shifted. Doubt crept in like a shadow stretching across the floor. What if I had been wrong all along? Her words echoed around me, sharp and cold, slicing through everything I thought we had. It was as if the ground had given way beneath me, and I was left suspended in confusion and heartbreak. The look in her eyes wasn't cruel. It was resolute. She wasn't saying things to wound me. She believed them. She meant every word. This wasn't the way our story was supposed to unfold. We had talked about the future. Imagine growing old together, building a life full of shared dreams. But now those dreams felt like dust slipping between my fingers. We were happy, weren't we? I kept going back, replaying the memories, the laughter, the intimacy, the moments that made life beautiful. Were they real? Or had I been blind all along, too wrapped up in the idea of us to see what was cracking beneath the surface? She talked about needing space, about feeling empty. The words didn't make sense to me. How could she feel unfulfilled when I had given her everything I had to give? Or had I missed something vital, something that pushed her away? Every sentence she spoke hit like a blow, stealing the air from my lungs and replacing it with pain I didn't know I could feel. And then the worst of it, the thing that shattered everything. She wanted to sleep with someone else. The betrayal was total, a knife to the soul. How could she even think about being with another man? What had I done to deserve that? "It's not you, it's me," she said. Those tired words that mean nothing when your world is falling apart. If it wasn't me, why did I feel like I was the one who failed? I spiraled. My mind wouldn't stop racing. Could I have done something different? Was there a way to change this outcome? How could she throw away years of love for something so fleeting? Our vows, our history, didn't mean anything to her? I was ashamed, hurt, a fool. I hadn't seen it coming, and that realization hit harder than anything. I looked at our photos, the life we had captured in snapshots, and all I could see was a lie. The woman I trusted more than anyone had detonated our marriage, and I was left in a wreckage, stunned and broken. She said, "If you love someone, let them go, that if it was meant to be, they'd come back." But the thought of her not returning, that was a pain I couldn't bear. I begged. I pleaded. I poured out every last piece of my heart. But she was gone. Her mind made up. Watching her leave with her suitcase in hand felt like watching a piece of myself walk out the door. The silence that followed was brutal. Every part of the apartment screamed her name. Every corner filled with reminders of what we had lost. I tried to lose myself in work, in distractions. Friends said all the right things, but their words were hollow. The image of her with him never stopped haunting me. Anger simmered quietly beneath my grief. How could she walk away from everything we built? Eventually, the pain pushed me to a breaking point. I looked in the mirror one morning and didn't recognize a man staring back. Tired eyes, a hollow stare, and a spirit crushed under the weight of sorrow. Something had to give. So I began again, slowly, a gym membership, healthier meals, text to old friends I had lost touch with. Every step forward felt like reclaiming a part of myself. I took up jogging, spent time by the lake, meditated, searched for peace in the quiet moments. My career became a focus. My creative spark reignited. I dusted off my camera and found beauty through the lens, something I hadn't seen in a long time. Photography became my therapy, my voice, my way of putting the shattered pieces of my life into some kind of order. With every photo, I started to rebuild, not just my confidence, but my belief in something better, something possible. Then, just as I began to feel steady again, she returned. It was a quiet night, the kind that makes you feel like the world is holding its breath. I was lost in thought when I heard the knock, and there she was, tear-streaked, exhausted, a shelled woman who left. Her eyes, once so full of certainty, were now clouded with regret. "He wasn't you," she whispered, broken, each word trembling with pain. She had chased something she thought she needed, only to discover it was an illusion. She told me she had made a mistake, that leaving was the biggest regret of her life. She wept as she begged for another chance. She was desperate, apologetic, crumbling. She spoke of the love we shared, the bond we had, how she had taken it all for granted. She wanted to come home. But some wounds cut too deep. Some damage can't be undone. And though part of me ached to hold her, to believe that love could still be enough, I knew that scars don't vanish just because someone says sorry. I stood there, feeling the weight of every memory, every hurt. I had survived losing her once. Could I risk going through that pain again? Maybe love is about forgiveness. Or maybe sometimes it's about letting go